Oh, yes, the sweet, sweet sounds of another episode of Social Distance Drinking Club. Happy Sunday, everybody. Happy Sunday.
We did it. We made it to the second day of the weekend.
Yes, we did it. Success. And it only took me almost to the hour, 7 days before I went back to Mexico.
Well, you live there now. We established that in one of our previous shows. So
this time it was Rocky Point. So technically that's like Arizona Light, right?
That's like South Chandler.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, it's like Sun City, South.
Oh, Mexico. I have not been to Mexico in a while.
Yeah, you went a couple years ago, right?
I went for a friend's bachelor party a few years ago. Yeah, like everything's a couple years ago, and then you look back and you're like, oh, that was 6 years ago. But no, I think it was 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago.
It's changed a lot just in the last few years. Actually, coming back across the border, they have these giant X-ray machines now on the U.S. side. After you've already cleared like your passport and everything, they put you through this like vehicle X-ray, and then they, chat back inside with the dispatch guy and make sure that everything in your chassis is supposed to be the way it is supposed to be, and there's not a human hiding inside of it, I guess. That's
funny. I've never been stopped at the border for anything coming back from Mexico. I wonder why they would stop you.
So bizarre, isn't it? Weird.
Yeah, I don't get it. That's so weird.
They do that. Anyways, thanks everybody for joining us. Tell us what you're drinking in the comments, and we'll go around and talk about what we're drinking. Mr. Green, you first.
Cool. Decided to go with the WT4 from the shop. I know there were two different beers from the Wandering Tortoise collaboration called WT4. The shop's is probably a cooler can, if nothing else. It's like shiny. Across on the screen, there it is.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, so that's what I'm drinking.
Nice. Mr. Barry.
Still drinking it.
Mm-hmm. I have from the other brewery that made a WT4 collab, but not drinking the WT4. I have the new Dankworth from Wrenhouse.
Very nice. I am still sipping on mezcal, and I have this awesome craft beverage called Truly. So,
there you go.
Better? Did I get it right this time?
Yes.
I think it's just at this point it's a gimmick. I have to keep doing it wrong every time.
I just assume it's like the first attempt at plugging in a USB. No matter what, you have it upside down.
Yes.
It really is. I don't know how that happens.
There was a really funny set of instructions. There was a meme. I have to see if I can find it, where it shows you how to properly insert a USB, and it shows you to turn it 3 times. You probably had it right the first time.
I don't know if I've ever got the USB right the first time.
That's what I'm saying.
It's almost impossible, right? Oh man, I hope I can find this meme. It's really funny. So I didn't get to watch any of the games because I was driving today. What did I miss?
Apparently there's football on Nickelodeon now.
Football on Nickelodeon? Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, I don't get Nickelodeon apparently on Sling TV. I get Nick Jr., which doesn't make a lot of sense. But I've seen some highlights, and like when a touchdown is scored, they do like a slime thing, and the end zone gets all colorful. They don't actually slime the players, unfortunately, but it kind of looks like they're trying to on TV.
I just got a random flashback of like Double Dare in my head. Do you guys remember that show?
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you said someone got slimed, that and Legends of the Hidden Temple, great television show.
Which game was it that was the Nickelodeon one, Adam?
The one Bears-Saints game.
Oh, NFL really messed out. They should have done the Colts so they could have Phillip Rivers, and they could have tripled their viewership just by the number of children Phillip Rivers has.
I did see a joke on Twitter. It was like, if the NFL wanted kids to like football, why are they making them watch the Bears?
Who did win? The Bears did win, or the Bears lost today to the Saints, right?
They did. That game just went final, apparently. 21-9 Saints.
Ouch. I caught the first half of the Ravens-Titans game. That was fun.
Yeah, I'm not surprised the Ravens won. They should have beat them last year when they were a much better team. And then they lost because Derrick Henry's a monster.
And And now we've got Browns Steelers. This is almost like we're coming up in the final weeks of being able to do this, guys, of being able to make our choices, our bets here. I don't even know. Has anyone kept track? How many beers do you guys owe me?
If you didn't keep track, I'm not going to tell you.
Damn it.
To be fair, I think I am ahead of Adam in the standings, so that's good.
Me, Adam, or the other Adam?
I think both of you.
As I say, you could just say Adam, and you have a better chance of being correct, no matter what.
True.
That's how I end up higher in the standings, Adam.
What are you guys predicting for this game? Browns versus Steelers.
Probably Steelers.
Yeah.
They're not like missing their entire coaching staff with COVID.
I think the Browns are missing an entire team right now. I saw it pop up on the screen and like
Steelers beat Browns. COVID beats Browns. Who else?
Scissors beats paper.
Scissors also beats the Browns.
COVID wins.
How sad is that, though, for the Browns? They haven't been in the playoffs in like 20 years. They finally make it back, and it's like their head coach, who's been really good, isn't there because of COVID. They're missing all like. I mean, that's trying to play football during the pandemic. These things happen, but like, dang.
Mark Doyne, thanks for joining us. Mark says the Browns. He's I mean, are we all taking the Steelers here? It's like we got a no bet. I think we're gonna have to make Ledford take the Browns on this one.
Ah, there we go. Mark gave his explanation as to why.
Juju sent bad juju with his trash talk. Fair enough.
I like the Browns, actually. That's not a bad football team at all. Just
And Adam is a good juju.
I don't know why that was so funny to me. Because what am I, a good moo? Like what's that work?
Oh, we're laughing.
The dad jokes are getting better and better, Mr. Barry. As soon as you got a second cat, your dad jokes just peaked. Cat dad.
Great.
Oh boy. It's like we've all had such a long week that just having this conversation is good. We're laughing.
It's been a long year, man.
It's been
2021 hasn't been that great.
2020 led into 2020 version 2. That's it.
2022 Electric Boogaloo.
December 37th, 2020 was really terrible.
It's bad.
Oh, I mean, it could be worse. We could be a guy in like a Norse Viking outfit of some sort, running around with a spear and a flag in hand. You know,
That was in Game of Thrones, I think.
I think so. I think that's it. Is it weird? I thought the season finale was like a year ago, but I'm pretty sure I saw Game of Thrones on TV on Wednesday.
No, that was the season finale for America.
Yeah.
Finales.
No, the last 4 years of the reality show, it's somewhere between House of Cards and Game of Thrones and Idiocracy. But this is going to be like Game of Thrones. That was the penultimate episode where it was really like dramatic and everything, and then it's going to whimper out in the last episode and realize, wait, what did I just spend the last 5 years of my life dealing with?
Yeah. Maybe. Probably.
On the bright side, Adam Green, you're still a verified user on Twitter, and that's more. You have more to say about that than well, let's see. You're one, and Donald isn't, right?
I mean, I lost like 6 followers in the big purge that happened.
Whoa! So you're
I
down.
did not see that coming.
So you're down to 10.
Wait, hold on. I did not see that coming.
That wasn't bad. You need another pet before you reach full dad joke status, though.
Okay, fair.
That wasn't bad.
But yeah, no, I always wanted to get to a point on Twitter where I wouldn't notice my lost followers, and I'm clearly not there yet. But I was proud to only lose like a half dozen.
I don't think I even looked if I lost any followers. But does it matter? They just got rid of all.
I was going to say, I don't think I care.
I don't have enough.
So you can't lose what you never had, Yusuf.
You know what the best part is? the people that are complaining about it, like thinking it's some type of weird political censorship, they're gonna really not like that most of their friends and followers are bots.
Yeah.
Like, Venezuela.
I just looked. It looks like I lost 200. I'm kind of sad now.
The one thing, though, that's been great about all of this is we've gotten a good look at how many people don't know what the First Amendment actually is. So that's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, that's most.
Yeah.
Wait, when you count, you don't just start at 2? Because
like, there's a First Amendment? Ooh, what is in this thing?
there's how many of these are there? What do you mean I don't have to pay the Bill of Rights?
Guys, we're not spending enough time on focusing on not having to quarter British soldiers in the Bill of Rights. Let's talk about the real issues.
Yeah, you're right. I want to just I'm just going to quarter a pizza after this because I'm getting a little hungry now. But quartering British soldiers? Didn't that, like, is that still possible? Can this even be a thing? Can we, like...
I mean, if a British soldier knocks on your door and says, "Good sir, I'd like a place to stay tonight," you'd probably be like, "Okay." And then you're quartering a British soldier.
Fair enough.
I would think. It would be a really odd set of circumstances to lead that to happening, but it's probably not it's a non-zero chance.
It's a non-zero chance. Fair enough. Mr. Ledford isn't here. Obviously, for those of you who know us all, know that we're missing one of our 2 Adams. He is... what did you say he was? Neck deep in rocks? I think
It sounds like he was stoned to death.
I was going to say that doesn't sound good, but
He's been doing some home improvement projects, a little bit of renovations in the yard, and it looks really good. He's done a really good job.
I kind of want to do the same thing in my yard now. He's inspired me. I've got a photo of it here too. Look at it. It's pretty impressive.
Hey guys, I just checked my Twitter followers. I actually went up 10. So clearly my already alienating enough right-wingers. I pre-weeded the garden, shall we say.
You pre-weeded the garden. Well,
what a week though, guys. Like, we didn't do the show Wednesday because of, obviously, we're aware of the world around us. But in the time since then, it's just like, oh, God.
I was waiting for things to get slightly better over the course of like 4 days, but instead I just packed a bag and left the country again. So that's what happened.
How do we know you're not still down there? Like, show us a newspaper of sorts or something that
can't do it.
You do still look like you have a hostage video background.
I've got an Arizona Lottery Mega Millions ticket. There you go. You can only buy those in Arizona.
I was going to say, is that how you show that the Border Patrol agents that you are American? Not only that you bought it there, but you have money to blow on Mega Millions lottery tickets?
Yeah. So, when you cut through, you get those like secondary and tertiary checkpoints, right? And they just ask you if you're a U.S. citizen. Obviously not you. It's just me. It's always just me.
You get to the quaternary checkpoints, Yusuf.
There's someone waiting outside my house here for my papers. I don't know what's going on. I've always wanted to go through that checkpoint and do it in Spanish, only in Spanish. Like, you citizens, see, hand them a passport, just see what happens.
Like, are you a smartass? See. Are you going to jail today? See.
Step out of the vehicle. See? I remember in college, we'd go down to like Nogales on like the long weekends and be like, we're obviously not 21. That's why we were going down to Mexico so we could drink and everything. And we're like, we can't be drunk coming across the border. And like, they didn't care.
No, they do now. That's for sure.
Do they? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That sucks.
Well, here's a great question for you guys. When you start traveling, what will your first trip be? Obviously, since I'd already jumped on that train. But
I'm going to Hawaii in March, though, but that's my honeymoon. I don't know if that's considered that was traveling no matter what. I don't know what our first just random trip would be other than like hopefully weddings that we're going to, like maybe one in Seattle area in May, and then Portland area in September. But like not just like traveling for vacations, which we went to San Diego a couple times over the summer, as
Yeah.
is,
When things had calmed down slightly.
slightly. But, so yeah, Hawaii, I guess.
Fair enough. Mr. Barry, what about you?
At this point, the most likely next time I will get on an airplane could potentially be my own wedding if that happens in May. But, let's try to go 3 days without setting a new record for cases in a day.
That's fair. Like I said, you get to Mexico and they're like, "Oh, you came from Arizona? Ooh."
If it gets questionable and we have to try to reschedule everything again, and they try to charge us a different amount or don't not let us, I'm going to be like, I mean, sure, we can still hold it in May, but know that we're all coming from Arizona, #1 COVID state in the goddamn country. How do you still want us to come?
How has no one made a T-shirt that said Arizona yet?
When we went to San Diego the first time in June, I forget what the Arizona numbers were. I know they were like not great. They were going the wrong direction. And we were at places like we've been good, Tammy and I. We've been good about keeping our distance from people, not doing anything that would put us in danger. So I felt good about us. We get to a place, we go to like Pure Project, and they have great spacing, open air, and all that stuff. And they're wearing their masks and like, "Hey, how you guys doing?" I'm like, "Oh, we're great." Like, "Where are you guys from?" I'm like, "We're from Arizona. So if you want to take another couple of steps back, we will not be offended. It's fine. You have a right to know." And I think that's how it is now.
I assume that anytime somebody from Arizona shows up anywhere in San Diego, they basically do a Family Guy of, "This guy's a zony."
A great big fat zony. Yeah.
I saw PJ. Thanks for joining us, PJ. As always, says his first trip will be home. I'm assuming he means like going to Indy, but maybe not.
So
TJ's just been living on the streets all of the pandemic.
Yes.
I mean, Yusuf's first trip is almost home now. Like, he doesn't live there anymore.
No, I don't. I really don't know. I just pay the rent for my cat. That's it. The cat's got a huge house. He's enjoying himself.
And a really full litter box.
There you go. BJ says he's currently not welcome in Indiana.
Was he out Deanna?
Ooh.
No.
No, I mean, you're really just.
I mean, if you're not getting, you're out.
Adam, just sit a few plays out and think about what you've done.
Yeah, go ahead. Just take a step back real quick. You all right? Out, Deanna? Jeez. All right. Aside from Mexico, he said he distanced himself. I didn't even have to do it. Oh man. Aside from Mexico, I'd like to go to Europe when they let us go. I'd like to go back to Spain or maybe, I've had it on my list to go to Asia, so that'd be cool. They're definitely not letting anyone from Arizona in there. That's for sure.
Speaking of Asia, house and travel, how soon after we have a COVID vaccine is somebody going to market like sightseeing trips to the Wuhan province in China for funsies?
Was that like Chernobyl? Like how people do trips like?
Because people are stupid.
Yeah. We knew that though.
Did they start giving out the vaccine? Like, I know there's like phases and stuff.
Yeah. I know some people have gotten it. At least the first wave of it, which is exciting, and I'm proud of all of them for like not being no, I don't want the Bill Gates microchip in me. It's going to change my DNA and make me a lizard. I'm glad they're not in that group. But
I would want to be a lizard. That sounds pretty cool.
It doesn't sound bad, but at the same time, like I will say, the numbers of people like vaccine that just in Maricopa County, like where we live and stuff, like that hasn't been given out is really upsetting. Because there's people who are eligible who just either don't know they're eligible, which is a failure of the state and the city, or they are eligible and they don't want it, which is a failure of humanity. But either way, like I would get in line tomorrow. I'd go right now and skip the rest of the show to get that shot in my arm.
To be fair, Adam, all of these are a failure clearly of the education system of the last.
Mr. Haddock is joining us. Says, cheers, guys. Drinking a Fox Diver Brown, waiting for the next playoff game. Can't wait to finally see a Breeze versus Brady playoff matchup next week. That'll be fun.
That seems unlikely.
But due to their age group, aren't both Tom Brady and Drew Brees in the next round of vaccines?
Yes, I'm pretty sure. Didn't they have to say, like, the NFL had to come out and say, like, no, we're not jumping the line to get all of our players vaccinated? Because people thought that they were going to try and do that.
Say they're the last people who need it, if only because like their testing protocols are so damn good.
It's great. They're testing like twice a day.
Like, I mean, I understand I'm not essential to most anything, but like I feel like I probably still should get one before an NFL player.
By the way, you're lucky I didn't have my hand on the mouse there, because when you finished saying, I know I'm not essential to most things, I really just wanted to hit the distance button.
Robert Haddock says his first trip will be Mexico late next month, and the wifey already went to Montana. One of those sounds more exciting than the other, but I hear Montana's pretty in the winter. So
like, there is a safe way to travel, Yusuf. Like you've done it. I know, like I've done it a little bit. You know, not really getting on. We got on one plane to go to San Diego, then we decided to drive back. Like it's such a tough call, because if you're hesitant to go traveling, like it's totally understandable.
Oh yeah,
you know. And if you're like, okay, I think I can do this, like there is a way to do it, but just be responsible, be smart about it. Like especially coming from Arizona, just be respectful of wherever you're going and the people around you. You know.
Yep.
Like that's the big thing, I think.
Like I said, the only thing that made me uncomfortable was getting on the plane. Man, it's the people on the freaking airplane. I made sure it was a direct flight. Didn't want to connect anywhere. Didn't need stopovers. You know.
Hey, just be thankful you weren't going to or from DC in the last week.
You might have had an empty plane on the way back because of the no-fly list or something. Who knows?
I've seen. Let's see here. PJ, that's hilarious. PJ says, "Go to China and stare fate in the face," and also that he'd like to go to Spain. Yeah, man. Indeed. Agreed. So you guys are both all about it. Vaccine, yes, right? No Bill Gates microchip.
Well, I'm not a fucking moron, so yes, I will happily get it.
Interestingly enough, my doctor told me to wait, even if I was eligible. He was like, I would wait.
I would get a new doctor.
That's okay. You know.
Well, Yusuf, you're in a more interesting spot because you tested positive for the antibodies already, right? So you've at least the original strain. So, and it's questionable what was your doctor's advice more for you personally, or
yeah, it was for me personally. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's
like it begs the question of like if it's less tangible benefit for you than it would be for the next person that has zero immunity, right? Like that's even a different level of question.
Exactly. By the way, I did find that clip of it looking like they slimed the end zone. And I think I have to share it with you guys. It's actually really funny.
It's fantastic.
it's really funny. Here we go. I can't believe Nickelodeon has football.
Like, is that just because they had an extra day, like an extra game, because they added playoff teams? Like, why are they on Nickelodeon?
I don't know. It's hilarious. I mean,
God, if I was the announcer, I'd call them all Blossom because they're all wearing hats.
What is happening? Look at the scores. Look at the team names. Everything's in like Nickelodeon font. Everyone's cheering at the Crab Shack. Man, I want a Krabby Patty. I can't believe that's actually a thing. Oh man, that's good
stuff. On Nickelodeon's Twitter page.
This is on their Twitter.
Yeah, what else have they got going on there? What's happening on Nickelodeon these days?
What's happening on Nickelodeon these days? A weird SpongeBob thing. And the first ever Declaration of Kids' Rights was ratified in 1990.
How'd that work out?
I don't know. Apparently it was a good time to bring it back up in June. But, oh man, here we go. SpongeBob reminding kickers to use their leg. Oh my God. For anyone listening and not watching, This is hilarious. The ends or the uprights. SpongeBob showed up in the middle of the uprights. What is going on here?
Why is that happening?
Why did they give him cartoon eyes?
Dude, how many like people got high and watched this game and just are freaked the fuck out?
Now, Lego football I'd watch. That looks fantastic.
Like Minecraft football, right? I'm freaking out already on my own. What is this? The MVP, the Nickelodeon most valuable player? Nickelodeon valuable player, yep.
Well, what are all the... Oh, jeez.
Oh, man. What is going on here? Why does he have a Krabby Patty on his head and giant eyeballs?
I don't think that burger will protect him from CTE.
Hey, how come his jersey didn't fit and cover his belly?
Everyone knows if you show a little midriff, you get a little more action. Okay, right? That's how you get into the end zone, sir.
So the next logical step is to have real slime cannons for the end zone, right?
I think that makes the most sense. Drew Brees and Taysom Hill, leaders of the Saints offense. SpongeBob and Patrick, BFFs from Bikini Bottom. Dynamic duos. All right, that's enough of that. This is silly. I can't believe it even happened. PJ says, peyote, question mark? It looks like someone did a bunch of peyote before they even thought of this.
If the NFL had any balls, they'd do a Rocco's Modern Life theme.
Yes.
I'll take like a Doug theme or something. Okay, shoot some patty mayonnaise on the players.
If PJ says, if no one has had a seizure watching this, it's a miracle. I wonder if there was an epilepsy warning before that game started. It seems like it would have been necessary.
I mean, give them credit for that. Like they're on a channel that they're never on. Like cater to the. I don't get Nickelodeon. I think it was also on like NBC or something. It wasn't just on Nickelodeon, but like that's still fun.
Yeah, dude. But serious question: what is Clay Travis and the like gonna say about SpongeBob taking a knee during the national anthem?
Is Patrick always taking a knee if he's under a rock? Or maybe he doesn't know what happened because Patrick lives under a rock.
I don't know anything about SpongeBob. I don't.
It's all right. It's gonna be okay. I'm with Robert here. He says, now I wished I watched that terrible Bears game on Nickelodeon. At least the effects would have made it entertaining. And the Browns are up 7-0.
Wow.
So,
well, the real thing is they've been teasing that game with the Bears all season because Mitchell Trubisky's a cartoon quarterback most of the time. It's hilarious.
I'm really hoping there's another Nickelodeon game. I don't know if that's happening next week or what, but that would be epic.
According to the box score, really quick, guys, how the Browns are up 7-0. According to the box score, Marquise Pouncey, the Pittsburgh center, lost a fumble that was recovered and taken back for a touchdown. I have a lot of questions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that just what they call a bad snap?
I would think so, but I don't know if the fumble's on the center or the quarterback necessarily.
Right. Huh. All right. I think it's time we go watch some football. We'll find out what the heck happened. As always, thank you guys for joining us, and we'll be here again on Wednesday. Hopefully this Wednesday will be better than last Wednesday. We hope. Maybe.
No promises.
And the answer to your question, by the way, Robert says he snapped the ball over Ben's head.
That would make for a bad snap then. Yeah, that's not the quarterback ball.
Yep. Now time for some good snaps and more beverages. Salud, my friends. Thank you guys very much. We'll see you on Wednesday.
Will they do an MTV